House Bill 1662 prohibited lobbying for a foreign entity. You did a really wonderful job getting this through the House, and a lot of House members were in support of this. It went over to the Senate. I think to the surprise of many, it could not get through. It failed 3 different times. I think the irony of this, and I've had people on Conduit say, lobbyists were very influential in making sure that this bill was killed, and it is a bill prohibiting lobbying for a foreign entity, specifically China and Russia. Tell me why you felt the need to file this bill and your thoughts on the fact that a conservative legislature could not get something like this passed.
Yes. So I was thankful that the governor's office asked me to lead this legislation with Senator Johnson. It was a part of her broader protecting the natural state platform where we had various pieces of legislation specific to the auspice of the encroachment in the People's Republic of China. I had run previous legislation apropos of not of a governor's packet, but an issue I was really concerned about in the 94th General Assembly relative to drones made by a Chinese military company. And so there was some synergy there, and they asked me to take up the lead. I, like yourself, Jenny, thought it was a pretty common sense piece of legislation. I was also, and I've used the term gobsmacked by the fact that the bill, not for lack of the leadership in the Senate with Senator Hester and Senator Johnson and Senator Dees all working tirelessly to make sure that that bill was, brought back up so we could at least try to have common sense prevail. My previous statements about people needing to represent their districts and representing their communities and potentially their mayors, take that aside. No one in the state of Arkansas represents Beijing, but yet we had several senators that decided to cast their vote in alignment with Beijing this year, and it's anathema to me. I don't understand. There were special interests at play, and I won't comment too deeply on that. But this is a good piece of legislation that was left on the cutting room floor because personalities and politics got in the way of needing to protect our people.
Do you think that this will be a vote that some legislators will come to regret come primary season?
Everyone's got to answer to their folks back home. This one is a pretty clear piece of legislation that, the halls of our state capitol, the marble palace that people refer to it as, we can have a lot of special interests that crawl through that place, and we can have a lot of individuals that lobby us for different issues or contracts or whatever. I would hope that we could all have agreed that the People's Republic of China and the CCP didn't have the same opportunity to lobby us as legislators, and they're going to have to answer that most likely in this upcoming cycle.